Happy Friday. Welcome back to our Good Morning Yoga. If you haven't practiced with me before, welcome. If you've practiced with me before, welcome back. My name is Jen, and we'll just be doing a short little sequence to get you moving for the day and hopefully set your day. Yeah. All right. So I'm actually going to start with a little reading from one of my favorite daily reading books. So find a comfortable seat. If you want to add a blanket under the hips, that might feel really nice, especially if it's still morning and maybe you haven't done a lot of moving yet. So just make your way there. Find that comfortable seat. And just take a moment with a tall spine. You need to rock back and forth. Let the body settle. And then just let the hands relax somewhere on the body, wherever feels good. And I invite you to allow the palms to face up. And that's a gesture of receiving. Right? Palms down, we want to ground, which is okay too. And if that feels better for you, by all means. But I'm just inviting you to see what it feels like to take the palms and face them up in that open and receiving body position, if you will. And then taking a moment with the eyes closed. Allow yourself to begin to settle in. Notice any areas of tension in the body. And just noticing. So we're not judging. We're not, chastising ourselves for having tension in the shoulders. It is what it is. But again, just noticing where that lies. And sometimes just a gentle reminder to soften into those spaces can be very helpful. So just give yourself permission to soften and relax where you need to. Beginning to notice the breath. And just starting to notice how you're showing up this morning. So not just physically in the body or the breath, but also mentally. So how are you stepping onto your mat today? Again, without judgment. We all have moods. We all have things happening. But just noticing. I'm going to offer you just a brief part of a reading from Mark Nepo's Book of Awakening. And one of the quotes that he starts with for actually today's reading says, "Our strength will continue if we allow ourselves the courage to feel scared, weak, and vulnerable." And that's a quote from Melody Beatty. So I'm going to read that one more time. Our strength will continue if we allow ourselves the courage to feel scared, weak, and vulnerable. And then he goes on to say, "The only difference I see on earth between being strong or weak is the honesty with which we face ourselves, accept ourselves, and share ourselves, blemishes and all." And so it's how we show up in the world. How do we present ourselves? Are we presenting ourselves, our true selves? And that can be hard. That can be really difficult. to say, here I am, warts and all. But the beauty of it is there's strength in that, right? There's strength in really just showing up in whatever state you're in. And I always say, you know, when I'm teaching yoga, just show up. You know, it doesn't matter if you stay on the mat. You know, if that's you, if that's your yoga, I'm glad you're here. Right? So, take a moment and again, keeping that in mind, how are you showing up for yourself this morning? How are you showing up? How do you choose to show up? Because we all wear masks. We all wear masks occasionally. So, notice that. And then go ahead and draw your palms together right at your heart space. Take the thumbs right into the chest. So find that connection and give the head just a little bit of a bow. So bowing the chin towards the fingertips. And then taking time to honor your practice. And not only honoring your practice, but honoring where that practice came from. Honoring its roots, its origins, its original teachers. And then go ahead and just release the hands back to the legs. Float the eyes open, and let's get a little movement in. So go ahead and take the arms. We're just going to sweep them up over the head. Stretch them long. Reach the fingertips up towards the sky, and then exhale. Release the arms back down. Inhale, sweep the arms high. Almost like you're giving yourself a nice good morning stretch. And then exhale. Let it go. One more time. Inhale, sweep the arms high. Stretch it tall. And then exhale. Bring the arms down. We're going to do that one more time. Inhale, sweep the arms high. This time on your exhale, we're going to take the arms and twist over the right shoulder. So the right fingertips come to the earth behind you. Left hand either to the earth in front of you or maybe that leg. And we're just going to turn this into like a little movement with breath. All right. So inhale, unwind, come back to center, stretch the arms high. Exhale, we're going to twist over the left shoulder, release the hands. Keep it going. Inhale, sweep it high. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. So nice, gentle movements. Keeping the arms nice and soft. We're easing our way into this practice. Inhale, last time, each side. Exhale to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, reach high. And then exhale, flip the arms back to the side body. There we go. All right, so from here, let's go ahead and make our way onto hands and knees. If you want to take that blanket underneath the hips, by all means, do that. Again, this is your practice, so show up in that practice how your body needs you to show up. So that includes adding those props, blankets, blocks, listening to your body. So showing up with whatever state you're in and honoring that, right? So that's where we are. There's strength in that. Okay, so finding your tabletop pose. Shoulders are over the wrists and hips are over the knees. Let's take a second to find some cat-cows here. So inhale, lift the head and the hips. And then exhale, round the back. Inhale, lift and open the chest. Exhale to round. One more time, breath in, open up. And then exhale, round. Dome the back. Really press those shoulder blades up towards the sky. Give yourself a nice big stretch through the back. Inhale, find a neutral spine. And then exhale, press into the palms, draw the belly in. Inhale, we're going to take that right arm, sweep it up towards the sky. Take a second just to give yourself some little circles with that right hand. Move in one direction, the other. Just sort of giving the wrists a little bit of care here. And then reach up tall one more time. And then exhale, we'll thread the right arm underneath the left. Come onto the right shoulder. And just place the right cheek down on the mat. Again, you're welcome to add any props underneath the head. And so coming to a twist once again. So the left hand stays either by the face or maybe walk the fingertips out a bit. One more inhale. And then exhale, walk the hand back alongside the face, press into the palm, unwind, stretch that right arm tall, and then release it down. All right, planting the right palm, inhale, left arm sweeps high. Again, finding those circles of the wrist. And then reach that left arm high. And then go ahead and thread the arm underneath, coming onto the left shoulder this time, left cheek down. Option to keep the hand here or walk it out. And so part of a yoga practice and part of showing up for yourself on your mat is being discerning about your poses and how you take those shapes, or if you take those shapes. Just because a teacher suggests a shape doesn't mean you have to go there. I like to say it's always a suggestion. And there's no judgment from that yoga teacher. There shouldn't be. There shouldn't be. So walk that hand back next to the face. Press into the hand, unwind, reach that left arm tall, and then let it go. All right, so take yourself back into that tabletop pose. Press the finger pads down into your mat. Curl the toes under and stretch the hips tall. Find a downward facing dog. And you're welcome to walk out your dog. Take a moment of stillness in that downward facing dog. So really rooting into the hands. Keeping the upper back broad. And the belly strong. And then take the gaze between the thumbs. Walk the feet up towards the top of your mat. And then just let yourself fold over the legs. Let the head hang. Let the arms be heavy. Keep the knees nice and bent. If you're like me, you haven't done a whole lot of movement here, so the backs of the legs are still feeling a little stiff from sleep. So if that's the case, bending the knees, honoring that, will help you to ease into this practice. All right, so here we go. All right, so go ahead and root into the feet. Keep the knees nice and soft as you slowly roll the body up. All right, eventually stacking the head last. And then sweep the arms high. Palms come together. And then exhale, draw them right into your heart space. Beautiful. Let's just get a little bit of movement in here. Here we go. Inhale, sweep the arms high. And then exhale, soften the knees and then fold back over the legs. Let the hands go. Inhale, lift halfway. So coming to a flat back. And then exhale, soften and fold once again. Hands come to the earth. And the left foot steps back here. All right, so we're in this little lunge. Noticing again where the body is. What's happening here. If you feel like I'd like to drop that back knee to the mat, by all means, drop the back knee. Either way, pull the chest forward. Stay and breathe here in this lunge. One more breath. And then exhale. We're going to plant the palms and we'll step it back to plank pose. Just giving the body a little bit of warmth here. Breathing, pressing palms down, lifting through the chest. Take one more inhale. And then exhale, send the hips high for that downward facing dog. All right, take the gaze between the thumbs. We'll step our right foot between the hands. This time the back knee stays lifted, the left palm stays planted, and we'll take the right arm, reach it forward, set the hips low, and then reach it back. So just getting into that shoulder a bit. Inhale, reach it forward, slide the fingertips towards the mat, reach it back. And then we'll slide it forward once again. Make a nice big circle and we'll take the arm up towards the sky. Palm faces away from you. Lift the back thigh up towards the sky. Rotate the chest a bit more. One more breath in. And a breath out. Lower the palm down. And we'll step the left foot up to meet the right. Take an inhale to lift halfway. And an exhale, fold over the legs. There we go. We're going to bring the palms to the earth and the right foot steps back, finding your lunge. So your version here, knee up or knee down. Yogi's choice, okay? Either way, we're going to start to lift the gaze slightly. So we don't want to crank the neck up. We're not looking up towards the sky. We're just looking out in front of you. Maybe you've got something nice hanging out in front of your mat. You can sort of gaze upon. Pulling the chest forward, shoulders are back. All right. We're going to plant the palms and we'll step it back to plank pose once again. All right, beautiful. Inhale here and we'll add like a little vinyasa. So exhale, we're going to lower the knees down to your mat and then bend the elbows, come down to your belly. Uncurl the toes. Elbows still hugged tight into the rib cage. We're going to inhale, lift the head and the heart. So we're just lifting just a bit for our little cobra and then exhale, lower it down. Let's do that again. Inhale, lift. Maybe you come up a little higher, maybe not. And then exhale, lower down. One more time. Inhale, lift. Stay here for the lift. Keep breathing. Keep pressing the elbows down and in towards the ribs. You might like to float the hands. See what happens there. Sort of recruiting the muscles of the back. And then letting it all go, releasing back down. Curl the toes under. Find your way back to a downward facing dog, however you'd like to get there. Peel yourself up or come through plank. Either way, we meet in our downward facing dog. Gaze between the thumbs. This time we'll step the left foot forward. And the back knee stays lifted here, okay? You're always welcome to put it down. If you'd like a little more strengthening, keep it lifted. But show up for you, not for me, okay? And then the right palm will plant. We're gonna take that left arm, sweep it forward, gaze forward, and then sweep it back behind you. So just getting a little movement into that shoulder. Forward and back. One more time, forward and back. And this time we're gonna sweep it forward. Keep on sweeping until you take it up towards the sky. Palm faces away from you. Press into that right palm. Lift the right side body a bit. All right, rotate the chest. Press the back thigh up towards the sky. Breathe. And one more breath in. And then exhale, lower the hand down. And we'll step that right foot up to meet your left. Inhale to lift halfway, and then exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. So root into the feet. Rise all the way up, flat back. Palms come together over the head, then an exhale, we draw them back to our heart space. Take a moment just to notice. Come back to that place of noticing and acknowledging. Reminding yourself that there's strength and really showing up as you are, warts and all. All right, inhale, sweep the arms high. And then exhale, fold into yourself. Release it all down, forward fold. And then just, if the feet are together, go ahead and widen them about hips distance apart. And then just let yourself fold over from there. The knees can still stay soft. Give it a little shake. Yes and no. Take one more breath. Exhale, soften just a bit more into that fold. All right. So bring the palms to the mat. We're just going to step one foot back and then the other. Finding our downward facing dog. Take an inhale here. And then an exhale, bring the knees all the way down to the mat. All right, so let's go ahead and just swing our legs around. I'm gonna add a blanket under my hips because that's feeling really good for me this morning. And I'm going to face you, but face whatever works for you on your mat. And then go ahead and just take the feet out in front of you. Knees are bent, feet are on the earth. And then from here, let's go ahead and just thread the right foot underneath the left leg. All right. So try to keep the right shin parallel to the top of your mat and flex that right foot. Okay. And again, just right here, just notice how the body's feeling in this shape, you know. Is that knee way up here? No judgment. If it is, add a blanket, add a pillow, add a block underneath, just to give it a little more stability, okay? All right, so from here, let's go ahead and take that left leg, and you've got two options. The first option is to just sort of cross it at the shins and place that left foot in front of the right leg, okay? If you'd like to take it a little bit deeper, you can stack the shins, okay? So taking the left foot on to the left knee and stacking from here. So this is a lot more intense. So just honoring where you need. Come here, Ozzy. My cat's climbing everything. Okay. All right, come here. Ozzy, come here. You can hear her meowing back there. Okay. Okay, so if you feel like that left knee needs some support, again, add something here. I like to do a block. Yeah, just feels a little more stable. So just sitting in with yourself here for a moment, you probably start to feel sensations. Just notice those. And let's go ahead and just take this into a little twist. All right. So just like we did at the beginning, we're going to inhale, sweep the arms high towards the sky. And then exhale. This time we'll twist to the left. All right, so release the left fingertips down. You can take the right hand onto the knee or the thigh, or whichever feels best. Hi. Hi. There we go. And so this time we'll stay in this twist for a few breaths and just let the breath move you into that twist. And that just means, you know, we inhale, lift up out of the torso, like you're lifting the body up out of that hip area. And then as you exhale, that's when the rotation happens. So follow the pattern of your breath. Inhale, lift. And then exhale, twist. Just follow that pattern until you come to a place where you'd like to settle in. The gaze can come over the left shoulder. And then take the gaze as far left as you can. Give those eyeballs a little bit of a stretch. Take one more breath in. And then a breath out. Start to unwind the head. And then the torso. Lovely. All right. So go ahead and take the hands behind you. Just lean back a bit. And then just unwind the legs, taking the feet back to your mat. Lovely. If you need to, you can just windshield wiper the legs for a moment, back and forth, as deep as you need to. I'll be right back. I'm going to let my cat out here. Okay. Okay. All right. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. Okay, she's happier. And once you have wipered your legs sufficiently for yourself, we'll move to the other side. So throw the left leg underneath the right, and then option again to stack the right foot either in front of the shin or stacking shins one on top of the other. So the shins are parallel here, both feet are flexed. Adding any props to help you feel a little more stable. And I always say, especially in these stretchier poses versus the strengthening ones, you know, I know the goal of yoga is obviously to create balance and union of the body. But reality is that, you know, the sides are different. Each side is different. So honor that. And that means that may look like one side you had your foot in front of the shin, one side you have it here. One side you might add a block, the other you might not. So just honor those practices. So I just want to throw that out there. Yes, you want to do the same pose to each side, but those poses don't have to look the same. All right, so move into that twist for me. That was a lot of wording, sorry. All right, inhale. And then exhale, we'll find ourselves moving into that twist over the right shoulder this time. Again, just ease your way into it. We're gonna hold here for a few breaths. So letting the breath be that guiding force, inhaling to lift and open, and then exhale, moving into that twist a bit further. And once you come to that place, you can gaze over the shoulder, gaze as far right as you can with the eyes, sort of flexing the eye muscles, if you will. Take one more breath here. And then exhale, start by unwinding the head and then the torso. Lovely. All right, so hands come behind you. We unwind the legs, and then we can wiper them from side to side if you like. If you feel like you can skip that, cool. I like it. Just a little bit of movement to the legs. And then eventually we make our way back to that seat, and we'll draw the soles of the feet together. Let the knees fall wide. Again, this might be a place where you add some props underneath the thighs for some added support, or not. So drawing the heels close into the body here, coming into cobbler's pose, lifting up through the crown of the head, and keeping a nice open chest here. Okay. Take a few breaths. See if you can settle any tension in the inner thighs or the hips. And you're welcome to stay right here. Sometimes this is just a really lovely place to be, or you can start to walk the hands forward and fold from the hips. Letting yourself release, softening the head and neck, softening the jaw, softening the shoulders and the upper back. We're here for one more full round of breath. And then go ahead and start to walk the hands back towards your body and just gently roll yourself up. And then use the hands to help the legs come back together. And then we'll just end in a simple seated pose. If you prefer to lie down for Shavasana, by all means do that. Otherwise, just find a comfortable seat. Whichever way you cross the legs at the beginning of class, if you cross the legs, see if you can end class on the opposite leg, just to see what happens there. And then draw the hands to the legs. So this time, just your choice, hands, palms facing up or down, okay? Yogi's choice here. Either way, we'll all continue to sit up nice and tall, finding that strength within our own body. Acknowledging the wholeness of ourselves. Acknowledging all that you bring to the table, all that you bring to the mat. and all you bring to the world. And then together, let's take a full breath in through the nose. And just gently sigh it out through the mouth. And before we completely end our practice, let's go ahead and just practice a little bit of breath work. I've been really trying to incorporate that into my classes. And inspired by my friend Maggie, we'll do a little bit of alternate nostril breathing. It's always a fun one. So we'll start with a shaka hand. I like to use this because we're in SoCal, right? So shaka hand, thumb out, pinky out, the rest of the fingers are down, okay? And what's gonna happen is that we're gonna in and out through one nostril at a time. And so you'll start, so just hold on a minute. If you know where to go from here, you're welcome to go ahead and start. If you've never done alternate nostril breathing, I'll just give you a quick overview and then we'll do it together. All right, so that the pinky of the hand will just, we'll use the pinky to close the flow of air in the left nostril, and the thumb closes the air in the right nostril. Okay, so that's the alternation here. And we'll start by taking a full breath in and out, and then closing off the right nostril. We'll breathe in through the left nose. Release that thumb, take the pinky to the left nostril, and exhale through the right nostril. Inhale once again through the right nostril. And then exhale, switch, closing the right nostril, opening the left to exhale. Inhale left. Switch, exhale right. Okay, so that's the idea with the alternate nostril breathing. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and do that together, just a few rounds to sort of introduce you to that, and we'll continue with this the next few Fridays just to keep going and keep that practice going. All right, so find your shaka hand. All right, the palm is gonna face you. And let's just take a breath in through the nose. You can close the eyes here. Sometimes that helps to sort of get into it a little bit further. All right, so full breath in through the nose. Keep the mouth closed, blow it out through the nose. Here we go, thumb closes off the right nostril. We're gonna inhale the left nostril. Close off the left nostril, open the right, exhale through the right nostril. Inhale through the right nostril. Switch, close off the right, open the left, and exhale through the left nostril. Inhale, left nostril. Full belly breaths here. Switch, exhale through the right nostril. Inhale, right nostril. Switch, exhale, left. Inhale, left. Switch, exhale, right. Inhale, right. Switch, exhale, left. Inhale, left. Switch, exhale, right. Inhale, right. Switch, exhale, left. Go ahead and release the hand and just allow the breath to return into both nostrils, in and out of the nose. gathering the palms together right at your heart space. Thumbs come to connect with the chest, and just bow the head down towards the fingertips. In a moment of acknowledgement, in a moment of honoring yourself, your practice, and where it came from. And just honoring your whole self. Not just the parts that you often present to the world, but also those parts that sometimes stay hidden, but make you you. If you'd like to take some time to set an intention for the day, you're welcome to do that now. And once you've set that intention, imagine that intention is being held between the hands, close to the heart space. Keeping that intention right between the palms, draw the hands up to the forehead. And then just gently whispering namaste.